Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and happy holidays and Merry Christmas, everyone. I know Christmas was yesterday, but yesterday was the shorts compilation of my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar, and also the shorts video where I showcased each picture of the build. This video, well, it's everything fully. So, all the builds, all the edits, all the speculations, everything that was in the long form videos. Basically, everything that is unique that I recorded in the month of December for this. And a little surprise at the end, so stay tuned for that. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar for Christmas 2026. Of course, we're going to do it day by day, but the very first thing to do is literally open it up. So, let's cut the tape. Honestly, there's not much tape in general. 2 pieces. So I think we are ready to begin. In fact, I probably don't need this knife anymore. So today is December 1st, so that means we get to open the first of the month. So let's see, there's a third. Here's the first over here. There's already based on the artwork, I can tell we're gonna have some pretty interesting stuff. But let's begin. Oh, it's gonna be a minifig. And the minifig is already built for us because it's... Oh man. No, the Rise of Skywalker, the end of the character they go see to work on C-3PO to access the memory. That's this species. Some Star Wars fan, I don't know what it is called. What it's called, but the same species is also has appeared in The Mandalorian and will appear in Mandalorian and Grogu as well. Is it focusing? Also up a picture so that way we can clearly see it. But this is definitely a very easy build because there is nothing to build. Barely even qualifies as a build in my book, so hopefully we get some more, but judging by the artwork, we got almost, not quite a gonk, but something. Looks like there's going to be a battle droid at some point. Looks like we're going to have C-3PO with the character reference right there. B2 battle droid. So there's going to be some interesting builds. In fact, if we go on here, we can see some other stuff. We got some kind of droid here. We got an astromech, which is the same scheme used with Ahsoka's droid in the Clone Wars, which we only saw I think 5 times, including in the last episode as well. She helps Ahsoka escape. All 7? All 6? Something like that. Got a Jawa for a Christmas sweater, looks like it. Not sure exactly what that's going to be, but we got a pit droid. And on this side, we got another B1 here. Guy looks like a buzz droid. Got a Christmas color mouse droid too. So there's gonna be some interesting stuff. Looks like we might have a BD unit as well. So there's definitely some good stuff, but the first has definitely been that lackluster one. Hey, it's gonna happen. You can't have all ones, and especially when you have a teeny tiny character minifigure, it's gonna be teeny tiny. I hope to see you tomorrow. I'll be opening up, I would say episode 2. I keep on trying to say that because of normally doing reviews of series. But I'll see you tomorrow when I open up for the 2nd of December, so I hope to see you then. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. We've already taken a look at December 1st. It's this little guy right here if he comes into focus. But today is December 2nd, so we are going to move on. So the first is here, the third is up here, so that's going to be tomorrow. No clue where it is yet. And the second is right here by the 5th. So let's see what they got for us today. And it's actually a build unlike yesterday's. So let me actually open it and get it out. No need for the plastic. Don't worry, I'll go pick that up. And as far as the instructions, guys, I wanted to get away. So we're going to start with the 2x6 and put on the 2x6 plate, put on the 1x6 brick. Looks like this 2x1 brick with wherever these are goes in next. And then, judging by it, we get to put the 2x plate on it and then the 1x4 plate on there. We get this nice little green stud to go here. I probably should be showing these a little bit better for the camera. And I noticed I'm actually doing this a bit differently than I did last time. Well, I did a lot more, speed building, for lack of better terms, time-lapsing. Guess I wanted to do it differently. Oh, we got this little piece which looks like a stereo. And I do mean a stereo. And okay, looks like we need that in that direction so that way it matches the diagram. And then we can put this right here, and we get to put this piece, and then the grate right here, and the last thing is the forgot this clear piece needs to go like this, and then we have a coffee mug, and we have a couple leftover pieces. There's always that occasional leftover piece. I need to go grab my container to put these in. Okay, so this old watch box will do. So let's set that off to the side because we don't need to see that. We're doing most of the build. And take a nice up look close of the build. It almost looks kind of like a coffee bar. Or hot chocolate bar because it is, Christmas winter time. This hot chocolate would fit better. Not exactly sure, but that's the best guess I have on what it is. If you have a better guess than what it is, because it needs to be Star Wars themed, but I'm not quite sure exactly how this fits into Star Wars. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll see you tomorrow for December 3rd. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555. And it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar for Christmas 2025. I've already done December's 1st and 2nd, so it's time to move on to the 3rd, which is in the upper right hand corner. So let's take a look at what we got today. And it's C-3PO, and of course he has his red eyes because he's being reprogrammed, so that way he can tell Rey, Poe, and the rest basically what the diagram says. There we go. Quick, easy build, but hey, minifigures are fairly easy. Also up a picture that's a little bit less blurry as well. I hope to see you tomorrow for December 4th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar for 2025. I've already done the first 3 days of December, so it's time to open up December 4th. Let's see what they got in store for us today. Ooh, looks like it's going to be a pit droid, so let's get it built. So we got a lot of pieces, so it's going to take a little bit to get it all built. Tiny, small pieces. Okay. It's going to be a little difficult for me to talk because I'm going to have to be looking at the thing, so I won't sound proper. It's going to be a little, because I won't be looking directly at the microphone. But hey, that's what you got to do if you actually want to successfully get something this tiny with this many small pieces actually built. Let's take a break from the legs and actually get the torso built properly. Yeah, I guess it is the torso with these teeny tiny pieces again. Teeny and tiny. Okay, actually, holding it there is actually a good way of making sure you can see what I'm doing. I probably should have done this a while ago. How well you can see is a different story because there's another way I could actually be filming these where you can actually see every step much more clearly. But I feel like I don't have the best setup for that. Oh man, these pieces right here. When you're creating officers and you need some blasters, I used so many of these pieces a really long time ago building up my LEGO Star Wars armies. Let's try to see how much that stuff is still intact, or do I have to rebuild them all? And that's actually a very valid question. Do I have to rebuild them? Because I think there is a pretty strong forgot to put this piece on. Now I should be able to connect the okay, come on, do you have enough? There we go. And there we have it, the pit droid. I think it came out pretty well. Granted, in LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, and also LEGO the previous ones, the pit droid looks a lot more realistic compared to what we see on screen. But it's not actually able to be built. That's why it looks like this instead of like that. I'll try to show some images up. But that's what we got today. I hope to see you tomorrow for December 5th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555. And today I'm opening up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already done the first 4 days of December, so it's time to move on to December 5th. It is right here by the 2nd and the 12th, which is a couple days away, and for some reason, I'm struggling actually opening it. And not sure where the build is going to be yet, so there's only one way to figure out exactly where it is. Build it. Okay, so let's start with this 4x2 tile. I don't know why I set it that way, because normally the low number goes first. Then put a brick on top. Then we have a nice slope for one side and a matching slope for the other. I mean, it makes things pretty nice. Okay, then we got a black tile. Then a thing with clips. That like so. Let's move one there. I forgot. I don't know what those pieces are actually called. Then we gotta get this piece built up, which is a flat tile, the other side of the clip, and another black piece. Exactly the number of pieces. And we put it on like this. It kind of looks like a chair. Again, this is another one where I am not sure what it is. Like I said, it looks like a chair. I don't remember seeing anything like this in any of the LEGO Star Wars games either. I think it has to be a chair. Yeah. If you have a better idea of what this is supposed to be, let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see you tomorrow for the 6th. I don't know why I blinked on what tomorrow is. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already done December 1st through 5th, so it's time to move on to December 6th. But real quick, this piece right here was built on the 5th, so yesterday. I forgot it's literally right here on the thing, so it's clearly a background piece, something in the Rise of Skywalker that C-3PO was on with Babu Frick, and something to do with the reprogramming in that film. That's probably what it was. Do I remember it? That part? No, I guess I have to go rewatch. And I know some of you are going to be like, oh, the whole meaning, but I'm going to get kind of sarcastically, because I have a whole video about my thoughts on the Rise of Skywalker. Go watch that if you really want to learn about what I really think of that film. But let's actually move on to December 6th. Now I just gotta find it. Here's the 6th, okay. And okay. Well, I think it's gonna be this one right here, which I think is a kind of gonk droid. So let's get it built, see exactly what it is. Okay, let's actually start with this piece right here, because then I can actually get these small feet pieces on. Voila, let's actually get them somewhat straight instead of at an angle. Okay, now let's get this 2x3 plate. And from there we can get these clips. I presume there's going to be a clip on each side. I'm just going to assume it's symmetrical and not asymmetrical. So it's considering we have to connect stuff on both sides. And we can put this translucent pink brick on top. And hopefully we can straighten it out, because yeah. And let's try to keep it in frame. Translucent blue back here. And then we can put these two bricks that have snap pieces on front, and voila. And then we can put these translucent studs, and it is looking pretty good now. We put this this white plate there, then we can get these, not really slopes, because they don't curve. No, they are slopes, they're just not curved slopes. Then we can get this piece, which I don't know its name on, but I do know this. Building Star Wars ships, I use these as blasters all the time. I wonder how many of my old builds I still got in my bins. We got to rebuild some of that stuff too, track down all the pieces once again. That probably will be a lot to do, but hey, I can always give it a try. There we go, and we got now the broom. And last but not least, well, I can tell you this much. It's a spoon. I didn't even realize Lego had a spoon piece. Oh. I thought I had them on the wrong side, but no, I just had it backwards in my hand. Few leftovers to go into the leftover bin. And there we have it. Like I said, it very much, in my opinion, reminds me of a gonk droid. It's like a janitorial gonk droid. And that's what I'm going to go for. The janitorial gonk droid that has some blue and pink that are summer Christmas themed into, or more winter than Christmas. Christmas I associate more greens and reds, but winter, yeah, blues and pinks kind of does fit a bit better for that. So that's the build for today. I hope to see you tomorrow for December 7th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already done this for 6 days of December, so it's time to move on to December 7th, which is down here in the far left corner. And it is going to be an astromech. So, this should be a fairly simple build, so let's get the droid built. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, so let's make sure I'm actually building the astromech on camera. And there we go. Yeah, I'm doing the head before I do the other leg. It's just what I'm doing. It's actually how I grab the pieces. And there we have it. With focus. I'll show up a picture to make sure you guys can see it. But yeah, so this is R6. And I forget the rest of his name. But this is the astromech droid that we see in Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter. And also, he helps her escape from Order 66 along with Rex and a few other droids. He does get damaged and though is rebuilt, and we see him again in the Bad Batch. The character history is there for you. I don't even know if I haven't... Yes, I do have an Ahsoka minifigure from last year, the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. Can remember that for a second. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for December 8th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already completed December's 1st through 7th, so it's time to move on to December 8th. So let's open it up, and I gotta figure out where it is. Right there by the 15th. Hopefully I'll remember the 15th is when I get there. And looks like today's build is going to be a Buzz Droid. So let's get it built. Okay, so we got a decent number of small parts, so let's start with the base. And then we're going to need this cone-shaped piece, and then this piece on top, which, oh man, the old camera piece, if I remember correctly. No, not the original one, but I know these were used for cameras, making blasters. I forget what else they've been used for. But I believe they were originally intended for use as camera pieces. Except for one camera piece was also used as, I believe, bazookas and machine guns too. Really, it's amazing how many times LEGO pieces can be used for different things. That's the nature of being creative. Oh. I put these pieces in the wrong area. I put them on the side when one was supposed to be in front and the other on top. So that way these should be kind of like the leg/antennae on the sides, like so. Okay. And then from what I can tell, this needs to go on back like so. And then we stick these level pieces on like this. I'll show you up close in just a second. Put them at side angle. There we go. Okay. And then this piece goes on top. And then we have these pieces which are going to go like so. Hope you can see them. Here's what it is. And that's so that way we can get these pieces on like so. I'm saying like so often in here. Okay, I'm just doing, okay. Got a few pieces left over, but that's alright. I got a box to put them in. And so there we have it, a Lego Buzz Droid. Let's make sure it's in frame. It looks pretty good. So I feel like there should be like a sticker printing for this part from what I remember in the films. But that's alright. It's still a nice unique build, and honestly, you can always have more Star Wars droids. And I hope to see you tomorrow for December 9th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up December's 1st through 8th, so it's time to open up December 9th. So that is down here. Hopefully you guys can see it, and where will it be? Looks like it's going to be a box with some droid parts in it, so once I actually get it out, it's going to be a fairly easy build. So, literally, this is how easy the build is. I have the box. I get you put in some battle droid legs. I probably even need to clip it. I get you put in an astromech leg. And a battle droid torso. There, I'm done. This is a super easy build. But at the same time, these different pieces could be good for making something new potentially in the future. Remember, this is Lego. We can build anything we want with it eventually. Just gotta get the right parts in the right quantities and all that. But anyhow, I hope to see you guys tomorrow when I open up December 10th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up December's 1st through 9th, so it's time to open up December 10th. And December 10th is up here, so let's see what build is going to be. Oh, it's going to be the piece that's displayed right there. That's going to hopefully make it a little easier to build. Okay, let's start with our 2x4 base and get this in the right angle, and I'll try to make sure it stays somewhat centered here so that way you guys can actually see it. Okay, the brick goes there. Honestly, it's actually fairly easy to build, not too many complex parts. I think that dropped out the frame for a second, and we're almost done. And then we get to put some tools on. Yes, they have a specific order to go, but if it's not quite the same, is it okay? I think so. Tools get moved around, and I doubt this is in a situation where tools have to go back exactly where they belong. Okay, and there is the completed build. So we have a hammer, crowbar, a wrench, and a telescope peg that I guess could be used for either. But also too, I'm pretty sure this build from the second, I believe it was, you can put it right here, and look at that, they connect. Because someone pointed out to me that this is apparently Babu's Fix Workshop Part 1, so this must be Part 2. I'm going to guess that's where it goes. So eventually there's going to be at least one more part, which is actually shown right here at bare minimum, so you can make a set with it all together. But for now, there we have it, and I'll see you tomorrow for the 11th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up December's 1st through 10th, so it's time to open up December 11th. Okay, so it's right over here. Let's see what they got in it. Ooh. I think it's a droid, and I think I know which droid it is, but I need to build it so I can get a better look at it. So, let's get it built. So we do have a decent amount of small pieces. So let's, real quick, let me get the base built. So that way I can actually get this all in frame for you. So we got that. Real quick, let's actually build these pieces, which I'm going to try to make sure I build the correct way. I presume these are going to be mirror images of each other, and now I should be able to put them on like so. No, I think I need to flip this side around. Yeah. So they are mirror, but they're not identical because of that fact. Okay. So there's the base. Now we get to put a red plate. Then we get to put another round plate, and then another square red plate. I know who this is. Wait, what did I do wrong? Oh, never mind. Okay, this. Okay. Yep. I figured it out. B2 from Star Wars Andor. Don't know why it took me so long to figure it out, but that's who this is. So yep, got it complete, and it's B2. Honestly, pretty good build. The only thing I have to say is I think, I'm just going to compare real quick to R7, and you can see the height difference. I know B2 is not as tall, but I feel like it needs to be a plate taller, and then that will be good. Just one extra plate in the height. Not sure how to get in, that's probably why they didn't, but I do feel like one extra plate is needed to better represent his actual size. But otherwise, it's a pretty good build, and I'm so glad Star Wars Andor is being represented in this year's LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. Anyhow, I'll see you guys tomorrow for December 12th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger, I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up December 1st through 11th, so it's time to open up December 12th. Okay, December 12th is right over here, so let's see where it is. It's a very simple build, but I believe we're getting some Star Wars Jedi, Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Survivor representation, because correct me if I'm wrong, but that sure looks like BD1 from the Jedi games. I will admit I'm doing a bad job getting him to focus, so I'll be sure to throw up a picture so that way you can see him a lot better. So, no build, but it's very good representation of the video games for Star Wars, and I can't wait for Jedi 3 to come out, wherever it may end up being, because I really hope it's a good conclusion. But that's neither here or there. I'll see you tomorrow for December 13th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger, I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already done December's 1st through 12th, so it's time to open up December 13th. Okay, December 13th is right over here, and it's a vehicle. It might be a sand crawler, but to know for sure, I'm going to have to get it built. Okay. Let's start by making the wheels. Going to have to do this 4 times. And so that's pretty repetitive, so I'm not going to do this on camera except for that first one, because otherwise it'll take me a lot longer. And I'm still dropping pieces. Okay, and now that that's done, I can take this 2x6 and put what's going to be the wheel pieces on either ends, like so. Okay, and from there, we can take this piece that has some studs on the front, put that there, and put on this great piece. Okay, and then these additional ones with studs on the front, can put them right behind so the studs are facing out. So we can put these pieces like so. If I remember correctly, these pieces are were originally intended, I believe, as fire hose nozzles or something like that. But they've been a lot of different uses, including for blaster pistols. At least in my play, I don't know if that's been done in the official sets. And then we can put this piece on top, making sure it's sloping downward. Then we can get this piece and put the piece like so, and then another piece that's all smooth tile, like so. And okay, there we have it. We got a few leftover pieces, but that's alright. So they go in here. And this is the build. I first thought maybe Sandcrawler, but with that piece sale, I'm just gonna grab C3PO because he's the only minifig I have. It almost looks like now it's like some kind of drivable vehicle. It's still, I feel like Sandcrawler is what it's supposed to be going for, but I'm not quite sure because, again, Sandcrawlers, in my mind, aren't drivable. At least not like that. And honestly, with these micro builds, more like the mini kit builds in Lego Star Wars video games, are not supposed to be drivable like this. I believe there have been times where you can drive them, maybe, but regardless, they're not drivable with a minifig. So yeah, like I said, I think it's the same car, but the proportions are just ever so slightly off. Still a neat build. Is that what their intention was, or am I off basis and it's something totally different? I don't know, but you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll see you tomorrow for December 14th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up December 1st through 13th, so it's time to open up December 14th. So it's right over here by where the 11th and 10th were, and not sure what the build is going to be yet. You're going to have to get it all together, so let's get it built. Okay, so there seems to be two main components, and we're going to build this component first. So get it oriented the correct direction. So we're going to put this here like so. And then one of these will go on like so. And then we're going to grab, so the pieces don't roll away from me, of course. So grab one of these pieces, is going to go right here. And then this piece is going to go on like that. So, at this point, any ideas what this is? I don't know, let's get the rest of it built. So we're going to have a 2x3, not 6. So a gray piece and then one of those. And then this black piece goes on like this. And then we attach this like, come on, it's rotating on me. And there we go. So it's a crane. That's clearly what this is. I don't know which crane in particular from the franchise for Star Wars it's representing, but it is a crane. There's no doubt about that. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for December 15th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up December 1st through 14th, so it's time to open up December 15th. So December 15th is right here. Let's see what the build is going to be. It's a Jawa. So this should be fairly easy to build, so let's get it built. Okay, I got all the pieces in my hand, so let's start with the legs. Keep it centered on the screen. Torso. Head. And the hood. And there we go, a Jawa with a Christmas sweater. I'll put up a picture because it's a little bit blurry because my camera's focusing on my face and not on the minifig. Hey, putting the minifig in front of my face somewhat helps. Anyhow, I'll see you tomorrow for December 16th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up the first 15 days of December, so it's time to move on to December 16th. So December 16th was, no, I looked where it was and I totally forgot. There's 15, there's 17, there's 16 right here. So let's see. Ooh. Okay, I forget the name of what this droid is, but it's another droid, so let's get it built. So this build has a fair number of tiny pieces. So I'm going to do a little more of, for lack of a better term, building on the side, so that way we can get like some major sections put together on camera. Okay, so I added a bunch of these small little things. This is an example. If it focuses. So now that that's done, let's add some of this stuff. Okay, first okay, good. I've oriented the correct direction. And then on top of that, I think I had it out of frame. On top of this 1x3 red, we're going to put 3 1x1 red tiles. Honestly, I feel like there should be a correction. 2. This is why you gotta pay attention to the instructions and not jump ahead. Then we can put these 1x1 slopes on the edges. I gotta say, it would be nice if they had this piece but in a 1x3. It would make this build so much easier. Okay, and then this piece here will go in that middle, and that's going to allow us to connect something else. So this is the bottom half. Time to build the top half. So we're going to start with one of these. It's a rod piece, and then we need the other piece, this 1x0 or 1x0. Yeah, what would the 1x0 piece actually be? Okay, then we're gonna put this piece, which has like some almost like gearing or something on it, if you can see. Good, I just realized something. Oh, never mind. That was me not paying attention to something else. Then binocular piece. It's amazing all the different uses binocular pieces have been given. And then we're going to take this piece and if I get in the camera, and we're going to add basically these droid arms to the sides. There we go. And then with this direction, does it matter which way I put this piece? I'll go with the direction I already have. I should have been the other direction. Well, that's an easy... Actually, no. Actually, yes. Yeah. So yeah, I do need to flip the arms around. I don't think it would matter too much in the long run, but every little bit. And then we're going to put it on so like this. And just want to see something real quick. Nope, that piece was not on the back, and I don't believe it was on the front either. No. I wanted to check to see if I oriented the legs correctly, I guess. We're just going to do something like that. I think these are supposed to be up a little higher, but the instructions don't make it super clear, and I'm dropping it. But that's alright, got plenty of leftover pieces to put in my leftover box. Never know when you might need them. And then I can properly show the piece off once I actually pick it up. Okay, so now officially there we have it. So I'm pretty sure this piece is basically we saw one of these in the New Hope and a few other places, including the Clone Wars too, but kind of Treadwell? I don't know why that name is dropping into my head, but that's the build for today, so I hope to see you tomorrow for December 17th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger, I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up December 1st through 16th, so it's time to open up December 17th. The 17th is right here in the bottom left corner, so let's see where the build is going to be. It's going to be a battle droid. Specifically, the one that we can actually see right here. Being a battle droid, let's begin with the legs. Put on the torso. Put on the head. Then let's go with the arm. I flipped the battle droid around so I could put the arm on correctly. And then, interesting enough, this battle droid has a different color. Side arm, I guess? Left arm. And then, of course, we get to put the backpack on. But first we need to put on one of these antenna pieces to actually function like an antenna. Okay, looks like it's like so. Okay, and that's it. We got two extra arms and an extra antenna. So those are going to go in my extra box. Maybe I'll try to build something with all the extras at the end. We'll see. But anyhow, here's its official presentation. If it'll get into focus, I'll throw a picture up. But yeah, it's a bad one. Not too much to say about it. A fairly overall simple build. I'm trying to think, which droid is this specifically, because I know there's like Mr. Bones from the Aftermath trilogy and Roger from the Lego Star Wars the Freemaker Adventures, but this doesn't look like either of them. So I'm trying to think, what example is this one representing? Probably some background character in probably Babu Frick's shop. That's gonna be my best guess. But anyhow, I'll see you tomorrow for December 18th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555. It's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up December 1st through 17th, so it's time to open up December 18th. So December 18th is between the 4th and the 13th, because they don't put them in day order. And of course I'm tearing part of the box. And I don't know exactly what the build is, but if you can see this picture on here, that's what the build is going to end up looking like. So let's get it built. So let's begin at the bottom and work our way up. We're going to start with a 2x4 plate, and then we're going to put this 1x2 brick and this other 1x2 brick. I don't know what those bricks are actually called. I'm trying to actually implement more of me saying the different types, and now we're going to have to put these color pieces in the correct location. 1x1 cylinders. We have an issue. That stuff is stuck in there. I'm going to take this battle droid arm from the previous build and pop it out, and that worked. Okay, light blue there, yellow at the end, and I really should be doing this on camera, but I'll just show you the final product. Now, I gotta put these 1x1 round tiles on top of each one so they have a nice smooth cover. And once I finish that, that's going to complete the bottom half of this build. So let's set it off to the side, and let's do the top build. So this, another 2x4 plate. Going to take this 1x1 plate. One's gray and one's kind of reddish brown. And then we're going to put these box pieces on top like so. Okay, technically they do have an orientation to them, so I guess I have to put it correctly. And then we get to put a battle droid head in one. A translucent orange tile, brown tile, translucent blue tile. Doesn't matter too much. And then we can connect it all together. I will admit the droid head does not want to stay in. Anything I can do to help it? No. Well, actually, the droid head needs to go with the blue. Okay. So there we have it, the completed build. Can you see inside of it? Yeah. So I'm probably going to keep these boxes empty for display purposes, only because things can fall out super easily. And I also saw up a picture because again it's having trouble focusing. But that's going to be today's build. I'll see you tomorrow for December. Oh, one last thing. This build is connected with the build from this and this. They all will connect together in a pattern. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to wait to see if there's anything else. So it's definitely all connecting together to form some kind of set. So that's where I'm actually going to end this video, and I hope to see you tomorrow for December 19th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up the first 18 days of December, so it's time to move on to December 19th. So December 19th is right over here, so let's see what this build is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a holiday-themed mouse droid, so let's get it built. Okay, so let's start with the middle of it, which is going to be a 1x1 red brick that has some studs on the side. and we're going to take these pieces here, and we're going to put one on each side facing upwards. Okay, there's that, and then we're going to take these red ones, not the clip ones, but the bracket ones, I guess we could call them, and they're going to go facing down. So there we have it so far, and then we're going to put these slope pieces on the either side. Like so, and then we have the white pieces, so white 1x1s, rounds, and they're going to go on the bottoms to represent wheels. And then we have the last 1x1, which, weirdly enough, the diagram makes it looks like it should go here, but it won't fit though. It has to go up here, unless I did something wrong. I'm going to trust my judgment and put it there, even though the arrow seems to be pointing to the wrong place otherwise. So that's real quick. And for some reason, there was a joy dome in there. Is it supposed to go up here somehow? To like represent antlers or something? I don't know. It's going in my extras box. Because it does not fit at all with this build. It happens, hey. Extra joy domes are actually good because they do tend to break. Especially if you play. But anyhow, there we have it, a Christmas-themed mouse droid. So, like I said, pretty simple build, but it's just a great build. I think there was the previous year where it was a regular mouse droid, but now we have Christmas-themed. I'll see you guys tomorrow for December 20th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger, I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up the first 19 days of December, so it's time to move on to December 20th. So the 20th is right here. Let's see what the build is going to be. It's going to be a super battle droid, so it should be a fairly easy build, so let's get him built. So, legs, torso, come on. Oh. The super battle droids always are a bit harder to clip in the regular battle droids. Like, it feels like the plastic is just a better quality. But regardless, there we have it, a super battle droid. Fairly simple, but hey, minifigures are, after all, pretty simple to build. So I'll see you tomorrow for December 21st. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger, I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up the first 20 days of December, so it's time to move on to December 21st. So the 21st is uphill, and let's see. Looks like it's going to be a Imperial probe droid, so let's get it built. So we might as well begin with these two, the clear rod and the transparent round piece, to get the support base so it can actually look like it's flying. It should have been transparent too back when it was made several days ago, but alas, not to be. So let's take this hexagonal piece and a bunch of droid domes and click them all together. Okay, oh, and we need to put this 2x2 gray round piece on there, and get the legs kind of facing the correct direction. And then we put one of these gray round studs on top, and that's going to be the bottom half. Now let's build the top half. First, let's get this clip piece and this red round stud for the eye, and let's get them together, and then we can put it on here like so. And then we're going to get the two other clip pieces, but instead of red, they're going to get black round studs, and they'll be put on either side of the eye, or I should say the photo sensor. Then we put this round right stud on top like we did the other one in the center. And then we're going to put this gray round smoothish piece on top, and then we can and connect them. Yeah. But first, let's actually slide this on here. And then we can slide this on. That's too squat. I'm going to make an adjustment. I'm going to put this other round piece on the bottom here. And maybe even put the black piece in the middle. Yeah. That is better in my opinion. Maybe not as no. We're going to take that. We're going to do that. Yeah. So I added one piece that wasn't in the instructions. And I think it looks a little better because before this just seemed way too close together. Kind of halfway stud height is what I actually need, but you know what? I'm happy with the little modification I made on it. But yeah, I'm happy with that one little modification, so overall this is a pretty good build. I just needed to make that one change to make it satisfactory for me. So I'll see you tomorrow for December 22nd. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger, I'm JohnBerry555, and it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up the first 21 days of December, so it's time to open up December 22nd. So the 22nd is right here near the middle of the package, and it's going to be another droid. This definitely is droid themed this year. Once I get built, I'll see if I can recognize it at all. Okay, so we have this round brick of 2x2 brick, and then we get a kind of a more of like a hunter or forest screen, I guess. I'm not great at colors, by the way. And yeah, let me just put a bunch of these clip-like pieces on each side. On these pretty simple build from what I can tell. Lots of some small pieces. That's common with all these, micro builds and all that. Oh, and then, interesting enough, this piece which goes right here, in the image, looks a lot more yellow, while here looks a lot more orange. So that is definitely something to note. And I need to put these droid arms on it as well. Oh, and there's also one extra droid arm. So in my builds, and at the very least, I might be able to build another battle droid based off of some of the other spare pieces that we got. And there we have it, the final build. Obviously, we can move these arms around however we want and pose it accordingly to whatever scene that we want to pose it in. I don't recall exactly which droid this might be representing. There's so many different droids in Star Wars after all. But hey, I'm going to say some kind of maintenance droid because it's got 4 arms. But anyhow, I'll see you guys tomorrow for December 23rd. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger, I'm JohnBerry555. And it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up the first 22 days of December, so it's time to move on to December 23rd. So the 23rd is right here. Sometimes it's like, okay, where is it? And why can't they put them in order? Okay, not quite sure exactly what it's going to be yet. So we're going to build it and hopefully get a better image of what it may be. So we're going to start with this 2x4 brick, and we're going to put this garbage can piece on top of it. And with it oriented this way, let's put on this 2x2 clip. Well, actually, it's more 4x4 in terms of how much space it takes up. And then we got this brick with another clip, so this is going to definitely be part of what all these pieces have been a part of for like Barbara Fick's workshop or something similar from what I've been told and have read online. Okay, and there's a shovel. Though, interesting enough, in the diagram, this shovel piece, which is going to go on those clips, looks a lot more clear, while here looks more like metallic gray. And then we get to put a red droid arm and a black droid arm in the barrel. And there's actually 2 spares as well. I guess, let's see, yeah. Can we get more of them in there? We're just gonna stick with the 2 in the instructions, and the 2 spares are going to go in the spare box. And I think I definitely will be building something out of all this. But there we have it. This is the final build. Some more droid part storage, a shovel to, I don't know, dig something up, emergency melee tool, who knows. But it's definitely attached to what's going to be attached to a bunch of these pieces for basically forming some kind of droid repair shop set. So that is definitely something very interesting. But that's all I got, so I hope to see you tomorrow for the final build on December 24th. Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555. And it's time to open up my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. I've already opened up the previous 23 days of December, so it's time to move on to December 24th, the last day of this LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar, but not the last day for my videos. So, the 24th is down here in the corner, and I accidentally tore the box. And it looks like we're going to have a Christmas tree and a BB-8 snowman. So let's start with BB-8. So we have the shell, we got his head, and he gets a little top hat. Though, I feel like we need a spacer on the top hat. And good thing there's plenty of extra pieces. So let's see. Another piece. Let's see, how does this... Yeah, I think that works. So I found a piece that I can use it as a spacer, so that way we can actually see his head. And now let's take this green round plate. We're going to put a brown Lego stud in the middle. And then a green, kind of a darker green chrome piece. And then we're going to take one of these tiny star pieces, put it onto this piece right here, like so. And that's going to go on top to make a little Christmas tree. So the extra pieces, of course, goes in there. Let's close this up. And there we have it. The last LEGO build of this year for the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. Snowman BB-8 effectively, and a little Christmas tree. Now I did make a little modification so that way his eye wasn't being covered, his photoreceptor. And I think it turned out pretty well. So that's it, except for it's not. For I'm going to do some compilation videos and a showcase video as well, so stay tuned for that in the next coming days. So I mentioned I had a surprise for you. Well, that surprise is I realized I have enough parts in here, I can build something else. Perhaps a couple things. But the first things first is, we're going to have to take some of these apart. This is from one build. Leg, torso, bad droid leg. There was an extra bad droid head. And look at that! And then from extra pieces, I have enough to do another, well, piece. But let's keep the mix match color theme going. So we're not going to use any of the same color. Let's do this. And look at that! You know what? I thought I had there. Actually, yeah, we're gonna do that one instead. Yeah, I want that real color contrast. Yeah, I really made it color contrasting. Like, I could have done, like, matched the head a little bit, but I'm working with what parts I have available left over. So this is just one of the surprises. The other surprise is I don't have a surprise. Or do I? Because there's still plenty of pieces in here. Sadly, nothing too much, but I did have a thing in mind. So, there's not too many good pieces to use as a base, but I was able to come up with 2 additional builds. There was a brown slope and basically an extra piece of like skate type thing. Basically, either I made a mini mouse droid or a mini sandcrawler. I don't know what, but I made it. It's only 2 pieces. But this is something a little more interesting. What could this be? Honestly, the only thing I can think of is some kind of ship. If I had designed it slightly better, actually, I just realized something. If I adjust that, Okay. Remove this piece. I have an idea. Okay, yeah. Okay, so take half the stuff off, and essentially we got a poor man's Nebulum bee. Honestly, that's the best I could come up with. Besides this, I wish I could have done something a little more creative. I mean, this is not super creative, but I think this essentially does get almost every aspect of the Nebulum bee in there, except for I need to extend this ever so slightly, and given the angles involved in the pieces I have, I don't... I just found a piece that might just do it. It's not much. So, there it is now. That could be better, could be worse, I don't know. But hey, I tried my best. Anyhow, happy holidays and Merry Christmas, everyone, and I hope to see you guys for my next video. Sadly, it won't be a LEGO video, but I do have more LEGO videos in mind, because I got some old sets I need to build. And I would like to cover some of the LEGO Star Wars video games. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you always.